Welcome to Glowtime with Jackie. It isn't about chasing youth, it's about owning your glow, reinventing your story, and showing up like never before. Glowtime starts now. Hello, welcome to Glowtime with Jackie. Hello, Glow Babes. Today I have a special guest with me today. I'm so excited about today's episode because we're talking about peptides, and I have the beautiful Tori Rasberry with me.
Thank you.
Welcome to Glowtime with Jackie. So I wanted to just open up, talk a little bit about how you and I met. So we met at a women's event, and it was an awesome event. It was in September, the Osprey event. Shout out to Osprey. It's a group, women supporting women, which is awesome. And you and I met. We kind of hit it off. We followed each other on Instagram, Facebook, and I can definitely say that Tori is the epitome of women supporting women.
Oh, thank
Because
you.
you're so sweet. You comment, you like, share, you do all of that. And for that, I greatly appreciate it.
And made me cry.
No, don't. I mean, I greatly appreciate it because, again, that means that goes so far. And so I'm very happy that we crossed paths. And then that led us to this.
Yes.
So Tori introduced me to LEMD, which is a telehealth platform that, offers peptides. And I saw one of Tori's posts. I've been on peptides for about 2.5 years. I started about 2.5 years ago. I started with NAD, and I'm always so fascinated about biohacking. As we get older, we want to know how we treat ourselves with care and how to be in optimal health. And so I was researching, I came across David Sinclair, and he talked about NAD. And I tried NAD, and then that's what fast forward led me to, you know, looking at your post and saying, "Hey, you're into peptides. Let's talk about it." So I reached out to you, and then you said, "Hey, I'm working with LEMD. Are you wanting to join?" And that's kind of how we've come together.
Yep.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about you and your background.
Okay. So, as she mentioned, my name is Tori Rasberry, and I hold a bunch of different hats. My day job is I'm in the staffing industry, so I help people find jobs. So, it's very rewarding. I've been doing that for 25 years. And then I got into the health or the wellness, skincare and wellness area about 4 years ago with New Skin. Love taking care, being able to take care of my skin and showing others how to do that as well. And it just became such a good community for me around amazing women and just empowered me even more. And then I got into the peptide space about 6 months ago, but I'd been researching them for, gosh, several years. I mean, I'm a podcast junkie. So, like, literally, I just soak up all the information that I can. And so I learned so much more. And so I started doing the peptide thing just a couple months ago. And then I was so excited that Jackie and I met, and here we are.
Yeah, here we are. We could have definitely just like, oh my gosh, we're going to talk about peptides one day, but really here we are,
I
and
know.
we're actually living it, and we're trying to, show others and educate others on peptides. There's so much information about peptides right now, and of course, we know peptides are the buzzword, right? So let's talk about what exactly peptides are. Peptides are short amino acid chains, the tiny they're basically biological messengers that tell our body exactly what needs to be worked on. So basically, like repair tissue, glow skin, burn the fat, sleep and metabolism, all those things that it helps with. So like I said, started with NAD, and actually, let me back up because with David Sinclair, he talks about a precursor to NAD, which is NMN.
Hmm.
And he talks about back then, what he was saying is if you take NAD, you really don't make more NAD, you just have NAD in your system.
Hmm.
He talked about taking NMN because it's a precursor to make more NAD. And so at the time, he thought, that's kind of the way to go. Again, this was all still pretty new. And if you see him, he's in his 50s and he looks like he's in his 30s.
Hmm.
And even I went as far as to even take some what was it called? Metformin.
Hmm.
Because apparently metformin is also an anti-age. It's a diabetic medication, but it also has anti-aging properties.
Hmm.
And there's research that shows that once the blood sugars get stable with the diabetics, they actually live longer,
Mhm.
and they attribute it to the metformin. Anyways, nonetheless, I kind of started trying that,
Mhm.
and I would take, even to this day, I take the powder. I have NMN
Okay.
powder, and on days that I inject the NAD, I just inject, but then I supplement with the other. Because as we get older, we have these peptides in our body, but what happens is we start losing the quantity of the peptides that we have.
Mhm.
And so we need all that supplementation. We need the messengers to come into those cells and tell
Mhm.
those cells exactly what to do so we can be at optimal health.
Right. Right.
Yeah. So I know there's a lot of confusion, a lot of questions. I know, everyone's talking about the peptides. Let's talk about the benefits of the peptides.
Mhm.
Do you want to go into some of the
Yeah,
benefits?
yeah. It definitely gives you a natural energy, really stabilizes your mood, mental clarity, sharper memory, skin glow. It helps produce more collagen, gives you that elasticity, deep sleep, recovery,
All the things that
lower
we need.
cortisol. Yes, and
All the things that
our
we need.
menopausal brains
Yes.
really need all of the help that we can get at this point. It's not just limited to the fat loss. I mean, you get the body recomposition, muscle tone, strength, stamina, hormone. The menopause support is huge. And that's where we're really seeing a big push with it with so many people. That support is amazing.
Yeah. When I took NAD the first time, it was about 2 years ago, and I remember it was around my birthday time. I went to Miami, and I had a big bruise on my tummy. It was in October, but I mean, it's still warm during that time. I had a big bruise, and I was showcasing this bruise, but I was like, "Hey, I got my peptide in. I don't care about this bruise. I don't care what it looks like." But I injected that was the first time I injected it, and I can say what I felt the most is, like, the recovery. Like, I
Mhm.
guess I felt a energy, and what I can say, it kind of felt like, I don't know, kinda we'll talk a little bit more about it on the next episode,
Mhm.
but I definitely felt energized, and I felt the recovery, so I felt when I worked out, like, I was not sore.
Right.
Like, I didn't wake up sore from a workout. Now, I will say this, I love being sore after a workout because that tells me that I kind of
Right.
put in some work. It's like my reward. So, putting in work, because I knew I put in work the day before, and to wake up not sore, it was, like, mind-blowing.
Mhm.
It was kinda cool, though, but that tells you how much it replenishes and recovers you much faster. So it really tells you
Mhm.
how beneficial it is. The other thing, of course, I didn't get to experience, I've wondered for people that drink alcohol. I'm not promoting alcohol, whatever. You can do whatever you choose. But I thought, what a cool recovery. You take NAD
That's
and
true.
then you're
Huh.
going to be really recovered the next day. I never got to experience it because I'd already stopped drinking.
Yeah.
But think about it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's really going to
I'll
help.
I'll try that
Let
and
me
I'll
know.
let
Let
you
me know.
know. Because I mean, usually when I'm taking it in the morning, so
Right.
but no, I'm
Well, take it
definitely
on the weekend.
I know.
I'm
I
just
think I'm
saying,
gonna try that.
hey, it's good to know, like,
Yeah.
because again, it's gonna help you recover. We know not everyone's, lifestyle is about being alcohol free, and that's fine. But if it's going to help you recover, well,
Mhm.
then you can use it to help benefit you.
Right.
What did you experience?
So I started with microdosing a GLP GIP, which is tirzepatide. And that one is, I know a lot of people are familiar with the semaglutide, which is the GLP. I don't know if we kind of want to go into the
Yeah,
differences
let's
on
go
this.
ahead.
Okay.
We can start that. Let's start.
So that one only works off of one receptor. So that's where there's the difference. So tirzepatide is basically working faster and better for you. And so I started the microdosing. I felt so good right away. And it does have B12 in it. So obviously you get the energy from that. So that peptide is added in there. Just the energy level was amazing. I just overall felt just good. Like and it for the long and I've been a very I've used supplements for a really long time, and I share all that I do on that. And I felt good, but like after I started really using the peptides, I just felt really good. Like just
Yeah.
it's almost unexplainable
Yeah.
how you feel. And so and then I started the NAD a couple weeks later and just a notch up from already feeling, I mean, like, I
Yes.
just feel
Like, takes you to the next
yeah, I
level.
mean, I'm
Yeah.
52, I've been in menopause for several years now, and I've been sleeping so much better, just overall just feel really good. Um,
Do you find that you're dreaming? Are you dreaming now?
you know what? Yeah, now that you say that, yeah,
Yeah, and,
yeah.
that has a lot to do with sleeping deeper.
Okay, that's
I
true.
I experienced that when I stopped drinking alcohol.
Okay.
I know I always go back to it, but it's a big deal. It's a big deal for me.
Well, I'm proud of you for that,
Thank you,
so
thank
that's
you.
awesome.
But I really noticed, like, I was dreaming, and it's that before I probably couldn't just get again, not all the time, but
Yeah.
I just couldn't really get into that deep sleep pattern
Yeah,
because
that
of the
makes
alcohol. It
sense.
really does disrupt your and,
Right.
sometimes, especially now, it takes a little bit longer to get out of our system, 3
I
to 4
know,
days. Like,
I
even though we
know.
may have drank on Friday, it's out of our system Monday, Tuesday,
Right.
and then here, but the sleep is a big one
Yeah,
too. Yeah.
yeah.
But the GLP go ahead, I'm sorry.
Well, I was just gonna add that, and then I added in GHK, the
Oh,
copper
yes,
peptide, about
yes.
4 weeks ago, and that one, I already can say it my hair, I've had thinning hair for a while, and the hair just get a little bit thicker. I've got baby hairs now,
Yay,
so
that's
I was
always
excited
good.
about
Baby
that.
hairs are always fine. It's
Um,
always
yeah,
great, right?
and then I just ordered some more and I did it last night.
Did
So
you? I
that one,
can't
I
wait
feel
to
like
do
I
that
even slept
one.
even better.
Ah, that one is for sleep.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, let's get into
Yeah,
this. So with
sorry.
the GLP-1, like you mentioned, that has the one receptor.
Mhm, mhm.
The trizipatide has the two.
Right.
And what I learned is that it stops the absorption
Mhm.
of the, I guess, the food and slows it down.
Right.
That's
Right.
the one. The
Mhm.
two is where your body starts making insulin.
Right.
Okay, so that's why the trizipatide works a two factor.
Mhm.
And then I do have to just bring up retatrutide
Yes.
because that one's around the
It
corner.
is, and it's in the
It's the
works.
3.
It's in the
So
works.
it's the 3
Yes.
agonist, and what that one does, it helps go into your glucagon. It
Mhm.
helps release glucagon, which is in your liver. So it really helps with cholesterol, and it helps with triglycerides, and it helps with
Mhm.
fatty liver.
Yeah.
So that is really great, and that one so basically it's almost when it kicks into your liver, it's almost like you're burning fat.
Right.
You're in burning mode without even working out.
Mhm.
So that's why they call it a triple agonist.
Yeah.
And let's see. So it's because the liver basically stores, and here you're going to be burning energy.
Mhm. Mhm.
And so the benefits to um,
The GLPs.
these GLPs are appetite regulation, blood sugar stability, inflammation reduction, consistent fat loss, support for binge craving cycles,
Mhm.
which, yeah, we have that, especially around our cycle. And even if we're premenopausal, menopausal, we still experience those
Right.
things.
Mhm.
Either you're going to change to wanting salty or you're going to change to wanting more sweet things, but something's always happening.
Yeah.
And of course, that weight around our midsection is, very damaging to a lot of us
Mhm.
because it's just a big switch and a change.
Right.
And that's what these GLPs really help with, that inflammation. And most importantly, they help with the insulin stability,
Mhm.
which
Yes.
which will help in the long run.
Right. And it really does. I mean, what a lot of people talk about is it works on that food noise. It calms down that food noise. So people that, just eat to eat, I mean, and it really does make you not want to eat as much. And you get to the point where you're more cautious about what you're eating. I mean, you're putting more protein in your body that your body needs, and putting the right things in your body. So I feel
Yeah.
like it really kind of changes your mindset.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So the next one is NAD, and NAD is cellular energy and longevity. So it helps with the mitochondria activation, brain clarity, DNA repair, better metabolic function, burnout, and aging recovery, which that means, like, for me, it's like anti-aging.
Mhm.
Basically what NAD does is helps recharge, refuels your cells,
Mhm.
which why don't of course we need that. So I know a little bit. So we lose about 50% of our NAD in our 40s, between our 40s and 60s.
Wow.
50%. Imagine going on a battery that's 50%. Like, that is huge. So for you to get that extra boost is a lot.
Mhm.
And I know a lot of people like our age, they get out of bed, they're like tired in the morning. Like it's
Yeah.
hard. It's hard sometimes. So to have that little extra kick is amazing. And really with NAD, you have to inject it maybe 2 to 3 times a week
Mhm.
at most. It kind of depends on how you need it,
Right.
but it's great for recovery and it's really easy. And NAD is high. It helps your metabolism work smarter.
Mhm.
Yeah. So very cool. All right. So Samorlin.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you want me to go through
Yeah.
it? Yeah,
Go through
okay.
that one.
So, yeah, I just started it last night.
I can't wait to. I'm gonna. My goal is to try all of them,
Yeah,
and I
that's
want to try all of them because I want to tell everyone like
mhm.
what does what, and see which ones I like.
Yeah, so the Samorlin, it's a sleep recovery, youthful restoration, stimulates natural GH, improves the REM sleep, balances recovery and mood, supports skin and hair quality. This is the peptide they say no one sees, but everyone feels. And I will say, after my first injection last night, I really did sleep very, very well,
Wow, that's
really well.
awesome. Very cool.
So, I mean, who knows?
Very
And it
cool.
isn't like you do it, it's actually you do it 5 times a week.
Oh, that one's okay. So during the week.
Yes, and 2 days off. So 5 days on, 2 days off.
Gotcha.
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
Yeah, this
So
one is also called the healthy aging peptide.
okay.
So it's kind of one, like you said, it's kind of one you don't realize what all the benefits are
Mhm.
till they kind of hit you. And it stimulates the pituitary gland directly and it helps protect your natural hormone balance.
Okay.
So that's
Very
great
good.
for us. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what we need.
Mhm.
I mean, men, women across the board, but of course, I can speak for women. Like, we always need that because our hormones fluctuate so
Yeah,
much depending on where we are in our cycle. Yeah.
exactly.
All right. So the next one is tesamorelin and ipamorelin. So this one is fat loss, lean, sculpted body, increases lean mass, accelerates fat metabolism, preserves muscle tone. The tesamorelin targets more of the visceral fat,
Mhm.
strong growth hormone boost.
Yep.
So that's what we need. As you know, again, another thing that we lose as we get older is our growth hormone. We're not producing it like we used to. And I remember growth hormone has been going on for some time, and it's always been controversial.
Yes.
Always been, people saw it as a steroid.
Mhm.
We know it's banned in some sports and whenever, some competitive
Right.
sports, because you have the edge on the other competitor, especially if for whatever reason they can't afford it, right?
Mhm.
So, but growth hormone is what we need for vitality and
Mhm.
for overall wellness.
Yep.
And this is not it's actually making your body produce more of it.
Yep.
So that's amazing.
They call it the snatch
Oh, is that what
peptide
it's called?
because it is, I mean,
It
it is
snatches you.
yes.
Okay, I'm trying
In
that one
fact in
next.
fact,
That one's
I
next.
was listening to another podcast on my way here, and they were just, like, literally just talking about it.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the
So
snatched one.
mhm.
And from what I hear is, of course, when you're working out, it's even better. Like, it's
Exactly.
really gonna give you that look that you're
Yep.
looking for.
Exactly. Yeah,
Wow,
it really
okay.
works on the visceral fat, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
Yep.
So see, that's great. Even so, I work in plastic surgery. A lot of times patients come in, they want liposuction, but they're not a candidate. Why? Because they have visceral fat. The visceral fat is the fat in the gut, means
Mm.
that a cannula, liposuction cannula, cannot get to it. The doctor can't
Oh,
do liposuction in the guts, right? Because you can tear an
interesting.
intestine.
Yeah.
It's not safe. Whenever you do liposuction, you do it on the subcutaneous tissue, but if all the fat is in the gut, you have to lose that weight on your own no matter what.
Interesting. I had no
Yeah,
idea.
so that's where the visceral fat is.
Okay.
So for this is great. So men usually
Mhm.
have visceral fat
Yeah.
because you see they have a big belly,
Yeah.
but you touch them and it's really a thin area.
Yeah.
So this really helps with them also.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
very popular on
Well, I
both
can't wait to
men and
try that
women.
one.
Yeah. I know. I've been learning a lot.
I know. Okay, so the next one is synapsin.
And that one I don't really know much about. I mean, other than obviously our notes, but it's the brain booster,
Mhm.
improves memory and focus, neuroprotective, helps with fog after infections or stress, and creative productivity.
Yeah, so what I read on this one, it's combination of RG3 and NR.
Okay.
NR is in the family of being a precursor for NAD.
Oh.
So two of the precursors are NMN and NR. Nicotinamide, ribosome, and The other one I'm not even going to try to say, but
You did
NR,
good.
yeah, NR. And so they're precursors for NAD.
Okay.
And this one is interesting. It supports neuroplasticity. So the nerves,
Mhm.
and then it also calms brain inflammation, and it's a nasal spray.
Yeah, I knew it wasn't the injection. I knew it was something
Yeah,
a little
it's a
different on
nasal
that one,
spray
so
just because there's a direct path there for the
mhm,
brain.
mhm,
I've done NAD nasal spray before.
mhm.
Actually, I've done I've done it in powder, I've done it in nasal
She's just
spray.
trying it all
I'm
here.
just a peptide junkie,
I'm getting
okay?
I'm getting that way, girl.
um, I didn't like the nasal spray. It
I
was
don't
weird. I actually
yeah,
threw it away because I didn't even like it. I mean, I couldn't share it with anybody,
yeah,
but I didn't like it. But I would be willing to try this, especially for, the brain fog that we
mhm,
get
yeah,
sometimes, just to see kind of what it truly does to test it. But
yeah,
yeah, very interesting.
mhm.
All right. So tell me about the GHKCU. GHKCU. Yeah.
Yes. So that is a copper peptide, and it's basically called the anti-aging peptide because it's working towards it's rebuilding your collagen, rebuilding your elasticity that we lose. I mean, we literally start losing our collagen at about the age of 18, and obviously it goes downhill from there. So if you're
Yeah.
not supplementing with any type of collagen, you should be. And so this does help with that. And then it also helps with the hair growth, nail growth. I mean, like, look at my nails. I mean, they're like,
Yeah.
and they've actually, my nails have always grown well, but they're a lot thicker even. So
Hmm.
that's been really cool. But yeah, the hair growth, anti-aging, and the collagen rebuilding are very, very big. And then which we hadn't really talked about the BPC 157 yet, but the glow stack is what it's called out there. If you hear somebody say, we're taking the glow stack, that's adding in the BPC 157 TB 500. And that's basically like a wound repair. They call it the Wolverine pack just by itself. Repairs ligaments, tendons, amazing for gym injuries, gut lining repair, speeds muscle recovery, reduces inflammation. And this is the one that really is like amazing for injury.
Yeah.
And
Of
I
course,
think you have a
yes,
story.
I've done the glow stack.
Uh-huh.
I did the glow stack. Don't ask me where I ordered it from, but I did it, and I'm brave. And did it for 2 months, and I liked it.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about it. Of course, from LEMD, I did recently order the, copper by itself, the
Mhm.
GHKCU by itself, so I'm curious to see the differences.
Yeah.
I like that, of course, it's from a trusted,
Mhm.
pharmacy, and we'll go into that.
Yeah.
But I did definitely try the whole, glow stack. I did it so that one's one that I did for 5 days, off for 2,
Okay.
and I did it for 2 months, and they tell you to get off of it.
Okay.
So from what I understand is the GHCKU is the one that you can't do long term. You actually have
Actually,
to.
I've been hearing a lot of different things on that. So I've
Okay.
actually been hearing that you can keep on it.
Oh,
Like
okay.
you don't have to stack it.
Okay.
What I've been and it's been several podcasts that I've been listening
Okay.
to that they're saying that you can because it is helping you recover that collagen and so you can continue to stay on it and it will not hurt you. So
Okay.
we'll probably want to do a
Yeah,
little bit more
we'll
research
check
on
and see
that,
on
but that's
that.
that's what I've been reading.
Okay, well, that's
Yep.
always good to know.
Yeah.
And of course, the BPC 157 and TB 500, that one you can take forever.
Yeah.
Like you can take, and for some people too, you can even take like 17 years. There's questions. Should you give it to your teenager
Mhm.
athletes, things of that
Mhm.
nature? And what they're saying is, 17, 18, sure. You
Yeah.
can do that, especially for recovery.
Mhm.
And the interesting part that was so interesting to me is how it came about. So that it's in our gut lining.
Yes.
And so it's fascinating. Again, peptides to me, the science, the biology, all of it, it's fascinating to me, but it makes sense. So it comes from our gut because think about it. Our acid from our abdomen, from our stomach, it tears up it's there and it's a strong acid, but why doesn't our gut, have holes in it? I mean,
Mhm.
unless you have what is it? What is it when you
Leaky
have
gut.
when you
Leaky
have
gut.
leaky gut, but when you
Mhm.
have that problem in your gut, but the tissues there are so strong, they
Mhm.
regenerate so much.
Yeah.
But that's where the peptide came from because there's like, how is this lining regenerating itself so much?
Yeah.
And that's where they actually got it from.
Okay.
And that's why we're able to inject it into other area. You can even inject it close to the site to
Mhm.
help. and
Okay.
one is better than the other. One is more for tendons,
Mhm.
and one is more for muscles.
Okay.
I will write down and talk a little bit
Yeah,
more
well, and
about
I
that.
do know that they have said, I mean, with the gut part of it, like, I mean, like, if you have any gut issues whatsoever, like,
Yes.
the BPC 157 is a really good, peptide to have or
Yeah,
to
and
take.
all together, and again,
Mhm.
it's one, and I think it's amazing because you can really take that at any age.
Mhm.
So that's great. And the next one is vitamin B12, which we've heard of vitamin B12 for a long time now, and it helps energy, mood support, essential for metabolism, reduces fatigue, supports mental clarity, skin, nails, hair, all those important things. Helps with nerve health, so low B12 can actually lead to anxiety and depression.
Mm.
And so that's something they always tell you,
Yeah.
take a B12, take a B or the B6.
Mhm.
So all those things, kind of like vitamin D as well. If
Right.
you don't have, a good dose of vitamin D, you can have these other things. Yeah, so let's talk about the PT141.
Yeah.
It's called the thrill pill.
That's, I mean, hey, libido activation. So I don't know anything about this one, just other than me kind of looking into it, but works neurologically. That's a hard word to say. Not hormonally for men and women, confidence and intimacy, blah, blah, blah. PT 141 is a supplement used primarily for the treatment of sexual dysfunction, enhancement of sexual desire by acting directly on the brain's pathways involved in sexual arousal, providing a unique and effective approach to improving sexual health and satisfaction. Available as an injection or pill. I think actually ours is actually I think it's a drop under the tongue, I think. One of them
Okay.
is, I
I
think.
think, yeah, I think
I
it's available
Yeah.
both. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
And yeah, and what I thought was interesting that it works in the brain.
mhm.
So it's not like Viagra or
Right.
Cialis where it's a blood flow thing.
Mhm.
It's not like that. And of
Yep.
course, men and women can take it.
Mhm.
So that's very
Yep.
interesting. So one of the things that there's a lot of questions about is the pharmacy. So we just recommend that you go to a pharmacy that's regulated.
Mhm.
And I know you can talk a little bit
Yeah.
about that and
Yeah.
we can
So
kind of go into LEMD.
we are with a 503, so it's FDA approved 503A. Compounded pharmacy is where we get all of our medications, and you are working with a telehealth provider. You have 24-hour access to a telehealth portal for any questions, concerns, any of that kind of stuff that you are able to go to at no additional charge. So that's part of the whole process. So make it super simple on ordering, shipping within just a couple of days once you've got everything approved and you've completed the health questionnaire. And if there's a telehealth, meeting at that point.
Yeah. And that's the thing. So not we know that all peptides are not FDA regulated. I'm okay with certain things not being FDA regulated. I understand there's still some good products out there, but you do want some kind of regular, like you want at least a pharmacy to be regulated. You want the product that you're buying a good product.
Hmm.
So you want there to at least be some form of check and balance.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's really important. Of course, we'll get into that a little bit more in our next episode. But thank you all for listening.
Thank
Tell
you.
Tori, where can everyone find you?
Yeah, so I'm on Instagram at Tori Rasberry, Facebook the same. I'm on TikTok, Twitter, X, or whatever. I mean, literally all of them, all of the channels. I'm out there.
She's
So
out there.
come find me,
Yes, and
follow
you'll
me.
yes, and you'll see us a little bit more. Thank you everyone for listening today, and please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until the next time, thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.